welcome back to the channel. I want to start doing these sit-down conversations more, kind of sharing my thoughts, and maybe might be on baskets or tee pads or what's going on in disc golf or anything like that. But I just want to talk and see what you guys think about the future of disc golf. What's coming next, who's coming next, all that type of stuff. So I think disc golf is going in the direction of brands. And I don't mean Innova, Discraft, and the retailers like Infinite Discs. I mean in the sense of Simon, Macbeth, Eagle, players like that that have a very, very strong fan base or brand built around themselves, whether that's from being very outgoing and awesome and talented like Simon and Eagle, or being one of the most dominant players of all time in Paul Macbeth. But I think in disc golf, the way to get the money from the manufacturers or the fan support or anything like that is having a brand. And being able to be branded by companies, whether it's Signature Disc, Signature Chalk Bag, Signature Disc Golf Bags, whatever it is. I think that in disc golf, that's what's going to be in 10 years like the big pay. As of now, the tournament payouts are getting bigger and better, but I don't think they're quite to the point of, taking over a Macbeth or Lazat or Eagle or Calvin Heimberg contract. So I think when you're talking about disc golf and you're talking about how to be a top earner or something like that, I don't think it's only about your play. I think obviously players like Calvin Heimberg, incredible year this year. Even someone who's a little more in the middle and having a great year, Anthony Barella. I think Anthony's stock is slowly going up because, almost every week he seems like he's on lead card fun around or having a chance to win or throwing it 700 feet or making an 80-footer. But I think that the brand is what Discraft is paying Macbeth for, per se. Or, obviously MVP paid James Conrad for his play, and MVP paid James Conrad for his... MVP paid James Conrad for his play and Simon Lizotte for his image. His play is wrapped in there. He had an incredible year last year. He's backing it up this year. But the reason I think you might see the disparity, or one worth millions and one probably worth $500,000 a year, even though one's a world champion, is because Simon is so marketable and so awesome to be around. And his skill set is obviously, top 5 in the world, but also his social media, his Instagram, his YouTube, all of his other stuff, get people to kind of huddle around him and really root for him. He's one of the players I for sure root for the most as well. But I think going forward in disc golf, of course, the tournaments are going to grow, the exposure is going to grow. Now that Joe Mez has been popped by Disc Golf Pro Tour, Joe Mez and Disc Golf Pro Tour is going to grow. So I just think that solidifying, if you're a young kid watching this, build your brand, build your likeness, and obviously if you're very skilled, those are two very good things. Because I think the main difference between Macbeth and Simon, obviously Macbeth is arguably one of the greatest of all time. Simon also will go down as probably one of the greats to play the game. I don't think Paul has ever really focused on being on Instagram, being active on the Facebook groups, making personalized YouTube content. But he's such a big name, you could put his name on a pair of socks and people would buy them. So I think that there's this dynamic of course, if you can have both is great. But if you can build on the media side of things, whether it's your YouTube channel, showing your personality to the fans, being active on Instagram, Facebook groups even. I see Simon's always commenting on the MVP Facebook group. I think that is the future of disc golf. And obviously, of course, you have to be competitive in order to even have a fan base at all. You can't go to the Pro Tour and get 100th every week and post a vlog and expect to gain any traction. So you have to have both, but I think that, one, if you're an aspiring disc golfer, make sure to build that brand as you're growing. And two, if you're someone in my shoes or AB's shoes or Adam Hammis's shoes or anyone like that, building your brand, building some type of content, building a channel where people can follow and support you is very, very crucial. But then that gives you opportunities. I kind of use Twitter for this, but to share your opinions and share your thoughts, and people can agree and or disagree, but your opinions and your thoughts and all of that stuff is getting heard, and that's another way to build fans, because maybe you share something that others aren't willing to say or are willing to say, and I think that that's a huge thing. Brody Smith, I respect his willingness to share his opinions and his thoughts a lot. I know that sometimes, especially, I mean, I'm one of those people. The backlash and the messages you can get and the way people can think about you often can be pretty negative, even if you're just sharing an opinion like anybody else would. And Brody's been a huge proponent of growth for the sport, I think. You know, being as big as he is and as well recognized in other sports and other activities as he is, I think him playing and promoting and sticking to disc golf has been amazing for the sport. You know, he's obviously dedicated a lot of time and energy into the game. Obviously, he's improved very fast. I think that, you know, he's another person where that image that he built, he can now go back to golf or go back to Ultimate or find a new sport to play, and he would be accepted and welcomed, and his merch and his fan base would transition there as well. So I think that that goes hand in hand with creating something, whether it's with disc golf, golf, ping pong, basketball, whatever. Dude, perfect. You know, they can make a disc golf video and we would all watch it. So overall, I think disc golf is going to be rewarding of brands such as Kona Panis. You know, she had, from what I understand, a very, very similar contract to Kristen Tatar. I don't see Kristen being all that active on social media in the sense of reviews and talking about the disc and stuff like that, but obviously she's very active on winning tournaments. So there's another instance, even an FPO, of one person being more of an influencer, one person being more of a just raw athlete and competitor in the sport. And I think that, you know, there's room for both in the game, and I think that, you know, having both in the same bottle, which Kona, you know, winning Waco, and having a bunch of top 5 finishes while having that is what made her value what it is. So definitely, I think that that's the way the disc golf's growing. I think that disc golf is on a great trajectory. I think, you know, COVID obviously helped us out a lot. So if you're a 2020 disc golfer, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for being here. Overall, that's just kind of what I think. That's my opinion. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Hope to see you next time.